Hi guys, Chelsea here. Today I want to show you what you need to do before you build a list in Sales Navigator on LinkedIn. Now, many of you understand how to build a saved search, but you're missing this crucial step, something you need to do before you ever dive in to building a leads list. And I call this my pre-list building method. Now, I've been helping my B2B clients search on LinkedIn for leads and drive sales and do outreach with LinkedIn to support their sales process since 2017. And I've personally been using LinkedIn for B2B sales since 2010. So that's like 15 years of sales experience on my end and 8 years of me teaching my clients how to use LinkedIn. And what would happen is when I would turn to my clients and I would say, okay, let's build you a list of leads, I would ask them for things like what industry are their prospects in? What are their titles? How many employees typically work at the companies? Like, what's the size of the company? And every time I did this, my client would give me the information, and then 9 times out of 10, it would be off or it would be wrong, and then the leads wouldn't be right. So there's something you need to do, okay? And I'm going to jump into it now. So what you have to do, and I'm going to share my screen. Right here. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to take a list of all of your current clients. Now, this should be really simple for you guys. You should have a CRM, like something like Salesforce, where you can pull a list of all your current clients. Hopefully, they're properly categorized within your CRM. And, I have a little list here as an example. So the first thing you need to do is pull a list of your current companies that you're working with, right? Like all your clients. And now let's pretend these are my clients: Amazon, AT&T, Verizon, Citibank, Bank of America, Oracle, Accenture, and SunSpark. If these are my first clients, like on my list, what I need to do is go in and look up the industry and the company size, because I want to know how many employees they have. So what I do is I go to LinkedIn and I will type in the search bar the first one, which is Amazon. I'll click here and I'll look up the industry, which is right underneath Amazon right here, software development. I'll fill it in on a Google sheet, and then I'll see how many employees. See, obviously they have over 10,000 employees, and I fill that in here. Now, what I like to do with my clients is ask them to take all of their clients and list the company, the industry that they're coded in, the employee size, and then also how much revenue this company is making for them. So sometimes it's a monthly revenue, sometimes it's just an annual revenue. But it's important for us to know which clients are driving the most revenue, because sometimes my clients will work with a whole range of different industries, and we want to try to narrow down which ones are driving the most revenue for them so we can build lookalike audiences and prospect from there. So I need you guys to do this before you go in to do a saved search. The other thing I need you to do is to look at the people. So you should also have a CRM that's easily accessible, where you can pull a list of all your current clients and the names of those people under those accounts and all their titles. Hopefully those titles are correct, but I do encourage you to double check. So, for the sake of just this exercise, what we did is we made this sheet here. Let's say the company name is SunSpark. And, let's just say there's 3 people that we work with on the account there. We have their first name, right? Last name. And we'll just make up some names here. So Sally Monroe, John Smith, Alan Hardwick, okay? And then we go on LinkedIn and we search for their titles. That's also very simple. So I'll just grab someone from here so we can show you where the titles are. All right, let's grab this guy. So pretend this guy, Victor, is my client. He works for JP Morgan Chase. I would scroll down here and I would just see, okay, what is his title? He's a managing director. This works for anybody. See, Andrew, his friend of mine. You can go to his page and we can look up, all right, what's his title? Right here, strategic advisor. So that's what you do. It's very simple. You go through, you make sure that all of your clients are coded properly within your CRM, that the titles are there. And then when you go to build a saved search within LinkedIn, the leads will be more accurate. Now, I need to warn you that no matter what, your leads will be around like 60 to 70% accurate when you pull a saved search, because there is user error. Now, this information is being pulled from how people self-report the data. So the way the company self-reports, keywords in profiles, things like that. So it's never going to be 100%. But if we do this pre-list building method, we'll get closer to 70, maybe even 75 or 80%. Okay. And that's the goal. So if we look at a client list and we see, these are kind of across the board, but this is actually an example, row 10 down from one of my clients. We start looking at company size and industry. We see that the appliances, electrical and electronics manufacturing was a big one for them. That was a big client. They were in that manufacturing space. So we might want to start with that industry. So let's say we started with that. We would build from there. So we would go here. We make sure we input the industry appropriately. Oh my Lord, it's not working. Hold on. Alliances. Right here, include that. Then we can do, the rest where we're saying geography, United States, like all of that. And then when you're looking at titles, you want to make sure that the titles are accurate. So you're going to look through your current clients and the titles they have. For this client, let's say it was like Chief Information Officer, CIO. And you could type in titles here and then hit enter. You don't have to pick from what's underneath here. You start looking there. This would be a good starting point for one of my clients. They are in this manufacturing space within the United States, dealing a lot with the CIOs, and then other like information. They could say like information and technology. But if you don't have the right information to put into the save search, these lists are not going to be as accurate as they need to be. And you should never, ever be guessing. Okay, so I'm hoping you found that helpful. If you have any questions, comment below. I can go over it with you. But this is the pre-list building method, something you need to do before you ever head into Sales Navigator, start pulling out leads lists, doing outreach. You have to do this first. It's very important that you know how your clients are currently coded in LinkedIn, what industry they're under, how many employees they have, and also how the titles look for all of your decision makers and influencers on the decision. So with the titles, with the people, don't just focus on the person that signed the contract. Look at all the people you work with day to day on your accounts, look at influencers of the decision, get a wide range of titles, and go from there. All right, hope you found this helpful. Again, if you have questions, comments, leave them below. But please, please, please do this before you dive into Sales Navigator, because I want the list to be accurate for you.